G'day all, it's Brother Blonde. Welcome back to the Brother Blonde's channel. Just on the way out to the airport at the moment. A couple of weeks ago I was away on a work trip and came down with COVID. So I had to isolate for a week before I could get back home, and had a few symptoms that I thought I would just mention to you. I'm triple vaxxed, and so my symptoms were initially just I didn't get the sore throat. A lot of people have a sore throat, a tickly throat. I never got that, but I just felt really kind of low, like a low par, which is probably good if I'm a golfer to have a low par, but anyway. No, I had a little bit of a cough and fatigue, just really bad fatigue, and a little bit of muscle pain, or more in the back of my neck actually. I had pain in the back of my neck. I never lost my sense of taste, but I just felt really lethargic, just no energy at all. So did a rat test and of course came up positive. And once I got back home after my week away in ISO, the fatigue just lingered, and same with the cough. Never got a sore throat, as I said, but it was just a lingering cough and fatigue for about 2 weeks, or a total of 3 weeks now. It's been 3.5 weeks, and I'm only just starting to feel, excuse me a sec, I'm about to cough. It's a dry cough, it's not productive at all, but the fatigue has been really slow to leave. I guess because fatigue doesn't move fast, does it? Anyway, because of my job I have to get a special medical clearance to go back to work, back to flying, and the only doctor that's available that I can make an appointment with works from the airport. So I'm on my way out there now to get my medical clearance back to work, and we'll see how we get on. Welcome to the Sydney Harbour Bridge, everybody. Little fun fact, I don't know if it's changed now, but certainly in the early days when they would paint the bridge, they developed a special kind of paint that dried very quickly, so if any paint dropped from the top it would be dry before it hit any of the cars below, so it would just flake off like dust. The other fun fact is that by the time they finished painting it, it was time to start again. So it took so long to paint it that it was due for another repaint by the time they'd finished the first lot. So I don't know what they do nowadays, but that was from earlier days. I think the bridge was built in the 1930s, I think. But yeah, I don't know what they do with the painting now. Probably get a machine to do it. I don't know. Anyway, there's the CBD of Sydney. Can't see it. I might be able to see the Opera House when I turn around the corner down here. Coming up to Circular Quay now, and there's the Opera House, everybody. And a look back at the Harbour Bridge, maybe. Just there, right. I've had my medical checkup from the doctor, and I didn't think it was appropriate to film inside the medical centre. And it turns out that the doctor had COVID. I probably picked it up about a day or two after me, and he's probably still feeling a bit worse than I am. He's got a lot of fatigue, and she still has a bit of a cough and stuff, and he's actually got congestion, and which I never had. But anyway, he's looked at me and he said, "Oh, you're better than I am." So I'm good to go back to work, which is fantastic. It's good news. And as you can see, we're at the airport. If you have a look at that big thing over there, which is a little bit hard to see because it's just behind the barricade, the double decker, the A380. That's my steed of speed at the moment. I thought I would also take this opportunity while I'm riding to do a little bit more camera testing. So as you know, I've got the Drift Ghost XL Pro mounted to the side of the camera, and I've talked about that probably ad nauseum the last couple of videos. But I've also hooked up the DJI Action 2 to the front of the helmet, which you can see sitting there. Hello. And so I thought I'd just do a comparison between the Action 2 and the XL Pro with its stabilization, and compare it to the Action 2. I know what the answer's going to be. But I'm actually using the audio from the Drift purely because it was just easier to leave that all connected, and then I'll just sync it up with the DJI camera footage. So I know that the stabilization, when it's turned on the Drift, only uses 115 degrees field of view, and you can only do it as high as 2.7K, whereas the Action 2, I'm not sure the field of view. I know it's certainly more than 115, and you can do it up to 4K. And I actually can't remember what I've got the Action 2's resolution set to. I will find out. I enjoyed that. Probably didn't look very exciting on the camera, but I don't care because I enjoyed it. So I'm just heading off to a motorbike shop on my way home, the place where I bought my helmet from. Nothing wrong with the helmet, but through an act of stupidity on my behalf, I have to get a new visor. The last time I rode, which was before I got COVID, so gosh, nearly a month ago, it was raining, which was okay. But when I got home, I wasn't thinking, and I stupidly put my helmet and gloves straight back in my top box on the back of my bike. And of course I got back home, was going to go for a ride, well, today's ride, checked everything out yesterday, and everything in that top box was full of mould. It was unbelievable. So anyway, I got the vinegar out and scrub it up dub and washing machine and Glen 20 and antibacterial stuff, cleaned everything up, including all the cheek pads and lining of the helmet. But then when I checked the visor, the mould had eaten into the perspex, and you can't see it now. I don't know if you can see on that camera there. Try to look, see if I can get up close enough. But yeah, there's just what look like smudge marks all over the visor, and I tried to scrub it up and everything to try and get it off, but no, it's eaten into the plastic. So I'm getting a new visor because I was silly. Unfortunately, the bike shop didn't have any in stock, so I was able to order one online, and arrived a couple of days later, and promptly broke the lug on the old one, removing it. But that didn't matter because I was going to chuck it away. Just have a look how dirty it was. So I inserted the Pinlock anti-fog insert, which was pretty easy to do, and then removed the lining, and just have a look how clean and beautiful that is, and that's the way a visor should be. It all went together very easily, and as you can see, I'm using gloves, and that's purely so I didn't have to clean the visor down from my grubby paw prints once I'd finished. So it all worked, the internal visor worked, and I'm happy once again. So I hope you enjoyed the video, hope you got something out of it. If you did, please give it one of those, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks, ciao.